Hello viewers, today we'll be deriving the general quadratic formula by using this expression with completing the square method. Now on the board we have this general form of a quadratic equation as squared plus bs plus c equal to 0, where a and b are the coefficients of s squared and s respectively, then c is a constant term. Now let's start. The first thing, we move the constant term, which is plus c, to the other side of the equation. We have ax squared plus bx will now be equal to minus c. Moving to the other side of the equation. The next thing is we are going to identify the coefficient of s squared, which is a. Then divide all through by the coefficient of what s squared. So this equation becomes as squared all over a plus bs all over a equals to minus c all over a. This expression can be further simplified. A will cancel out a. We have x squared plus bs all over a equals to minus c all over a. What is the next thing to do? You consider the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x here is b all over a. Let's single it out. We have plus b all over a. That is the coefficient of what? X, as you can see from this equation. The next thing, you have it. Thereafter, you square it. I will explain it again. The coefficient of x here is plus b all over a. Then you have it. These two comes here. Then you square it. Now, this particular expression will add it to both sides of the equation. So definitely the equation now becomes s squared plus bs all over a plus open bracket plus b all over 2a all squared equals to minus c all over a plus open bracket plus b all over 2a all squared. Now, remember, I always say that this expression here, you can check my previous video, is an expansion of two numbers, or is the expanded form of two numbers. And the numbers are the two numbers having the power of what? 2. We bring them together, x plus b all over 2a all squared. Because technically, if you expand this, you have exactly this expression. Equal to the other side, we have minus c all over a plus, let's open this will give us b squared all over 2 squared equals 4, then a squared. Next, we write this expression x plus b all over 2a equals to, we have to look for the LCM of the denominators. The LCM of a and 4a squared is 4a squared. Why? This is because a is a factor of 4a squared, so automatically 4a squared is the LCM. Now, 4a squared divided by a is 4a times minus c will give you minus 4ac plus 4a squared will cancel out 4a squared. So what we have here is what? B squared. We write this expression as s squared plus b all over 2a all squared equals to, then we arrange the numerator. Now becomes b squared minus 4ac all over 4a squared. Take note, the numerator here and here is the same. We just change the position, nothing changed. B squared is positive here, it's also positive here. Minus 4ac is negative and it's also negative here. Next is that we remove the square in this side of the expression, and that will automatically give square root to the other side of the expression. Let's see. X plus b all over 2a will now be equal to the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 4a squared. Automatically, we introduce the what? The positive and the negative sign. Now, we write this s plus b all over 2a will now be equal to plus and minus. If you look at the numerator, we cannot what? Look for the root of this expression to still maintain the root of b squared minus 4ac all over the square root of 4 is 2 and the square root of a squared is what? A. Now, we move this expression to the other side because we are looking for the value of x. X will now be equal to plus b all over 2a will come to this side and become minus b all over what? 2a plus and minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. S will now be equal to, notice these two denominators are the same, so the LCM will be 1, 2a, or you just pick one out of the two, then you join the numerators together, so we have minus b plus and minus the square root of what? B squared minus 4ac. This is the general form of This is the general quadratic formula for the value of x, and it can be used to solve any problem. This is the general quadratic formula. Now let's see its application. How do we apply it in solving quadratic equation? Now let's solve this quadratic equation on the board using the general quadratic formula. S squared minus 12x plus 35 equals to 0. The first thing you do, we compare this equation to the general form of a quadratic equation, which is as squared plus bs plus c equal to 0. By direct comparison, you find out that a equals to 1, b equals to minus 12, and c will be equals to what? 35. After that, let's write down the general quadratic formula, which is s equal to minus b plus and minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Quadratic formula, s will now be equal to minus b is minus 12, put a bracket minus 12 plus and minus the square root of b squared is still minus 12, put bracket all squared, minus 4 times a times c, a is 1, then c is 35, all over 2a, that is 2 times, a is 1, 2 times 1. The next thing, s will be equal to minus times minus is plus, plus and minus the square root of minus 12 squared is the same thing as 12 squared. It will also give you 144. Minus 4 times 1 times 35 will give you 140. All over 2 times 1 will give you 2. S will now be equal to 12 plus and minus 144 minus 140 will give you the square root of what? 4 all over 2. Now, we can analyze this in mathematics as s is equals to 12 plus and minus the square root of 4 is what? 2 all over what? 2. S will now become 12, take the first sign, plus 2 all over 2, or 12 will take the second sign, minus 2 all over 2. Then S will now be equal to 12 plus 2 is 14 over 2, or 12 minus 2 is 10 all over 2. S will now be equal to 14 divided by 2 is 7, or 10 divided by 2 is 5. So the solution to that equation using the general quadratic formula is S equal to 7 or 5. So the solution to the quadratic equation using the general quadratic formula is S is equal to 7 or 5. Let's take a good, let's take another example. You'll notice in the first example, the coefficient of S is 1, but now the coefficient of S squared here is 3. So let's compare it to the general quadratic form, which is AS squared plus BS plus C equal to 0. Now, by direct comparison, A will be equals to 3, B will be equals to 4, and C will be equals to minus 7. The general quadratic formula S is minus B plus n minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. Let's substitute all the value of A, B, and C, which is 3, 4, and minus 7, into the general quadratic formula. S will now be equal to minus B, B is 4, that is minus 4 plus n minus the square root of 4 squared minus 4 times A is what 3, that is times 3, then times C, C is what minus 7, times minus 7 all over 2 times A, which is what 2 times 3. We have S equals to minus 4 plus n minus the square root of 4 squared is 16, then 3 times 4 is 12, times 7 is what 84, minus times minus is what plus, all over 2 times 3 is 6. Let's move further. S will now be equal to minus 4 plus n minus 16 plus 84 is 100. So we have the square root of what? 100 divided all over 6. The square root of 100 all over 6. So we can go further. X will now be equal to minus 4 plus n minus 10 all over 6. The square root of 100 is 10. X will now be interpreted as minus 4, take the first sign, plus 10 all over 6, or minus 4, then minus 10 all over 6. S will be equal to minus 4 plus 6 is 6 all over 6, or minus 4 minus 10 is minus 14 over 6. S will be equal to 6 divided by 6, going to have 1, or we will use this to the lowest end. 2 into 14 is 7, and 2 into 6 is what? 3, or minus 7 over 3. So finally, the solution to the quadratic equation is the value of S is equal to 1, or minus 7 over 3.